Hello everyone, this is Jonathan from Fricks Games, and I'm here to show you some of the progress on Fate, Defenders of Grimheim. As you can see here, we have one of our prototype boxes, and this is my favorite prototype because this contains some hand-painted miniatures painted by my sister Kessia. Lovely miniatures. But the progress right now is about something called a white sample. A white sample is something that the factory sends out to the publishers to ensure that the product itself looks good. So the white sample that we got from the factory is, well, just like it sounds, a white copy of the game. What do we need this for? Well, we need to see that everything in the game fits inside the box, and that we don't have any nasty surprises when we get the final product and things are ordered or packed in an unwanted way so that components weigh down on each other or even break each other in the box. So this is made to ensure and for us to raise our hands, say this is not good before they start the production. So I'm going to take you with me on this journey of opening this white box sample. And the first thing I should say is that I was quite surprised is how heavy it is. And I mean, we tried to make this the same size as Terraforming Mars, but this is considerably heavier than Terraforming Mars. And that's a good feeling, right? So let's open it. There's a sturdy box. And the first thing you can see here is a rule book. 12 pages. Look at all the nice illustrations. No, there's no illustrations. It's only white. But this is how it looks, and this is the thickness of it, and that's good to know. So inside here we have two hero boxes, and the hero boxes is where the hero miniatures and the hero decks will be. And as you can see, this does not contain the insert yet, but there will be an insert here, and the miniatures will be in the middle here, and the decks on either side here. Two hero boxes for the 4 heroes that are contained in the game. A bag of crystals. The crystals come in red, green, and yellow for damage, mana, and experience. There's a small bag of player markers, which you use on your player board. And there's a stack of mission cards. Here we have the player boards. And then there's 2 sheets of punch board. I already punched these, but 2 sheets of punch board. And these are all the monster tiles in the game. And here we have a bag of dice, and these are prototype dice. We didn't get the final samples from the factory yet. And here's the game board, and this game board is huge. I mean, it's just rectangular, so I don't know if it makes much sense to just unfold it, but it's really, really big. So this is the white sample, and what kind of information can we draw from this? What do we do as publishers? Well, the first thing I wanted to do was to make sure that everything fits, even when you punch all these tiles, because when you punch them and you put them in Ziploc bags, they will take another, I mean, they don't take more space, in total, because you throw these away and they will take less space, but they will take space in another dimension, like bulging up. So when you've punched all the tokens and put them into Ziploc bags, where do I fit these ones now? I still need to fit the player boards. I still need to fit the player hero boxes. But in this case, I can fit these ones here or here, together with all the other stuff. It's okay. But one of the add-ons that you could choose in the Kickstarter is the Legends miniature box, and a lot of you chose that one. And it looks like this. Well, of course, a white sample. Inside, there's an insert and all the 6 legends, and a space for the houses, so you can keep the houses in here instead of in the box. This box is supposed to go into the main box right here, but as you can see, the box is too small. I could, of course, rearrange everything and put everything here in the middle instead. And now it fits. Quite, exactly fits. But there's another problem, and that is that we want you to fit also the expansion Finkel and Sindra, the 2 extra heroes, which almost all of you ordered, inside the main box as well. In the future, we might release more expansions with more heroes, and we have to accept that they may not fit into the box, but at least for this first expansion, we want it to fit in the box. And now we have a problem, because if we put 2 of these boxes on top of each other, even where the depth is the greatest, it still protrudes out of the box some 1.2 centimeters. And we didn't expect this, because this never happened for us in the prototype forms, and there's a very good reason for that, and that's something we should have thought about. And that is that we always make the game boards for prototypes not on thick cardboard, but on paper. And of course, 6 folded papers, I mean, it's just as huge, really, really, really big. But the thickness of this one is not very much. It's very thin. So all of a sudden, now we have a 6-folded game board, which is this thick, and it removes a lot of the space that we had previously. So in this case, the white sample was very good for us, because it meant that we had the chance to say, okay, actually we need to make this box 1.2 centimeters deeper, bigger. So we got another sample from the factory with a new box. And it's, as you can see, if I compare with the lid here, it's a bit higher, a little bit. And I've tried this, and I won't bother you with this right now, but I've tried it, and now you can fit everything. You can fit the extra heroes, you can fit the legend miniatures, you can fit everything in the game. The only thing you cannot fit is if you buy the legends, not the legends, if you buy the monster box, which contains the miniatures for all the 140 miniatures, 140 monsters in the game. That will never fit in the base game box. So that's why that box is a standalone box, which is the same size, the area is the same, but this one is considerably shallower, thinner. So in the monster box, you have these 3 storage solutions for the monster miniatures, and I'll remove one here for you. So you have one large pocket for all the small miniatures, and then a smaller pocket, and then the smallest pocket. And our goal here is to have some print on this, where you can see the stats of the monsters. So when you put this on the game board, you can put it all over the places where you usually keep your monsters, to reduce the table space needed. Well, so that was some white samples for you. I hope you found this interesting. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes on behind the scenes when making a game. As for the production process, we just received the first files from the translated files for the French version, and we are waiting also for the Portuguese version, and the Spanish version. Next week, we aim to have all the files ready to send to the factory. And if we can meet this deadline, which is quite tight, but if we can meet this deadline, we are looking at having all the copies made in the end of July, which is still on schedule according to the Kickstarter page. So let's keep our fingers crossed and continue working to get this game out to your tables. Thank you for joining us.